What's good, gamers? We're back with another Monster Hunter Wilds clip. Title Update 2 is here. Legiacrus is here. Steve is here. Remember to like and subscribe and enjoy the video. Alright, let's get this started.
Is there nothing you can do? Surely you
Alright,
know
so
something.
I recorded this footage when I was playing with some friends of mine. So we did the Legiacrus quest and the Steve quest as well.
All of these people come bringing alarming reports of Rathalos activity. Olivia's tied up on another investigation.
Eric here.
I'd love it if
I
you could take a
haven't
look. Do you mind?
I haven't switched over Alma for Eric yet. I probably will here soon. I just haven't done it yet.
Eric has already been gathering intel and
Nothing against
Alma,
Alma, but just trying out Eric. Though I think Eric's kind of socially awkward, but I kind of think that's the point of Eric. So.
That is.
True, that might expedite things a bit.
All right, let's do it.
Alright, getting into this quest.
I've already told you. This red wyvern issue is a life or death matter.
It's been hounding our poor livestock around the clock. At this rate, someone's going to get hurt.
Red wyvern. Big, big angry. My tail is toasty burnt. You'll not have wet
Toasty
burns.
burnt.
Use
Toasty
wet
burnt.
burns. Fix problem.
I hear your concerns and understand them. But now I have a question for you. Has this ever happened here before?
For land weapons, I
Why would this
I
red
went
wyvern
with
start making
I went
trouble
with the
now?
Jarkon's
Aren't
lands.
you curious to find out?
I felt it just looked the best
Monsters just act
with
on
my
instinct,
outfit,
don't
with
they?
what I was already
What's the use
wearing
in
for
asking
layered
why?
armor.
That's not true, though. They're living creatures, the same as you or me. There's always a reason for their actions. Just like you all had reasons for coming here today.
Eric is right, which is why we intend to investigate the cause.
Well, I guess if you think that's best.
Red wyvern. Close to our home. Maybe still near.
Thank you for the tip. All right, let's begin the investigation.
Alright, starting this quest.
It sounded like you wanted them to understand monsters better, Eric.
Well, sure. I guess I do. This probably isn't much of a surprise, but I've never been great at relating to other people. One time, Werner found me feeling low and told me, people are living creatures too, right? That's your field. Ever since, I've started to believe that I was born human for a reason. Learning is about opening a new door and walking through it. I don't want anyone to give up on that. There, Rathalos tracks.
Let's have a look.
Ah, yes. This Rathalos track.
These are claw marks.
Still fresh.
These markings are to make its presence here known. Proof of a strong territorial nature.
You can
Let's
see the
keep moving.
banana on
The
my
tracks continue
pallet
ahead.
go. That was the layered weapon I chose for him. I think it's hilarious. The banana is hilarious.
That looks like...
Something's different. Let's take a look.
Alright, second
These
Rathalos
are-
track here.
Rathalos scorch marks.
They must have been quite agitated. Fighting with some other creature, perhaps?
Rathalos I've ever seen left marks like this.
Over here! Quickly!
Alright, coming up on this wounded small monster. I don't even remember what these small monsters are called. One thing I'd seen on the fish, one thing about the update, one thing about Title Update 2 is that it shows you like all the fish that you caught. I went and looked at how much fish I caught. I did a lot of fishing. A lot more fishing than I actually thought I had.
Let's fall back.
What's happening?
Rathalos.
Why is the Rathalos so worked up?
This guy. Just beating these small monsters up. Ha ha, there he is. Legiacrus. In all his glory.
Legiacrus!
So I think I read or like saw that I saw that like Legiacrus, when they like originally were creating Legiacrus and for like what was it, Monster Hunter Try, like he was really like designed to be kind of like that monster that could go toe to toe with Rathalos. I mean, I don't know if that's true or not, but I think I read or saw that somewhere.
I can't believe it! The Lord of the
If anybody
Seas!
knows,
This
please
is
leave a
incredible.
comment.
But how? This is the kind of rush I want the people to understand. I want them to know just how diverse the Scarlet Forest really is. But if we leave things like this, the disruption to the ecosystem here will only worsen.
But we have to kill him.
However,
Well,
in the name of ecological preservation and the safety of nearby settlements, the guild
Eric. Let's capture it.
alive? True, that
yeah,
would
that's
allow us
the
to
only
monitor
downside to
long
this
term.
quest is that you have to capture Legiacrus.
But even so, Legiacrus...
I am not about capturing monsters. I really don't capture monsters
It's
a lot.
awfully tall order.
I mainly just hunt them to the end. I don't really capture them.
that
Unless
way
I
works better with
absolutely
your
have to
philosophy,
for like a
right?
quest. I don't capture monsters.
Thank you. That's very kind of you.
Let's go.
The guild authorizes the capture of that Legiacrus. I'll do everything I can to back you up.
Our mission here is to capture it alive. Let's be careful.
Just gonna go ahead and skip a little forward here. So, like I said, I did this quest with some buddies. So we we all watched the intro video part all individually, and then we backed out of, and then everybody backed out of their own quest, and then that way we could all join in on the same quest to all fight Legiacrus together. And since you have to capture him for this quest, I ended up going back to my camp here to get stuff to capture him, because like I said, I don't really capture monsters, so I never carry the required things to capture monsters. going past Kongalala here. Alright, here he is in all his glory. So for starters, I think Legiacrus looks pretty cool. I mean, well, here, for real starters, I call him Legiacrus. I don't call him Legiacrus. I don't know how. He's Legiacrus to me. I think he looks pretty cool. Though I was kind of hoping he'd be a little bit bigger. Not like, not like Jin Jihad big, but like maybe like an in between. Like, I don't know. I just thought he'd be a little bit bigger. I love that like his like scale, his like spikes on the back on his back glow blue when he does his lightning attacks. I think that's awesome. Got a little excited here. I thought that was an underwater section, so I jumped off my mount right there. Got a little too excited for the water combat. Business. Don't know how he did not hit him there. Chasing here. Doing all his swimming. I do like that they kind of gave him this new like little area over here.
This must be its nest.
I'm sure they'll have like Utuna and Michizuni over here as well. tail. He's going into the water.
Have to get in the water and attack to stop it.
I'll keep the status
Pop the tail real quick. Alright, so let me pause it right here. So I know that I've been seeing that people, not everybody is exactly happy with the underwater combat with Legiacrus, you know, because it's not as in depth as it was back, you know, as it was in Try when you know, they originally came out with Legiacrus. And I mean, I can understand that if you're like a true like fan of the series, you've been playing these games since like, you know, the PlayStation 2 days. I guess I can understand that, but coming from somebody this is only my third Monster Hunter game, I thought the underwater combat was awesome. You know, the first time doing it, I had no idea what I was doing, but I thought it was awesome. I think it's great. Definitely puts a new twist on things in general, especially when it comes to Legiacrus. The only downside that I can maybe see is that with the underwater combat, I've only hunted him once, so I don't know if that's like, if this section of the fight is like something that you have to do every time you fight him. If so, then I guess the only downside would be that he's only going to show up in the forest. And so, you know, I don't exactly hate that, but I kind of wish he would maybe show up like in Wyveria. I mean, that'd be cool. I don't think it really would make sense for him to like show up in like under the basin or in the desert, since, you know, he's a water monster. He's a Leviathan. So, but I think it would have been cool if maybe he showed up in Wyveria, because I mean, they have Mitsuzuni show up in Wyveria here and there. So, but all in all, I think the underwater combat was great. I think it's a good time. I really didn't know what I was doing here. I was just kind of swimming around. I do pull this rock down on him, which was nice. I didn't even know, now rewatching this, I didn't even know that there were like optional like things to do here. I don't even know if we did them all. Like I said, I had no idea what I was doing at this moment, so I was just free, you know, just going with it. Gun there. Something else there. I don't even know if we did this last one. Deal damage to stop his discharge attack. I think we bring down another piece of rock on him. Oh no, I guess we did it right there. We stopped that discharge attack. Back on land we go. I like I said, I thought the underwater combat was awesome. But like I said, I can understand if you've been playing these games for a long time and you're kind of bummed out that it's not like as in depth as it was in Try. You know, I can understand that, but I think it was fun. In the business. Thank God the boys remembered to capture him, because in that moment I was just going off. I was going full bore. Like if they hadn't thrown down the trank bombs, I probably would have failed the quest for all of us. Jump to the end here, coming back.
From trace substances on its body and the growth and wear on its dermal spikes. As for why it's here, I suspect it was drawn to the ample prey in this nutrient-rich environment.
I'd never stopped to think about monsters like that. Just went with what I was taught.
Guess they pick fights and get bent out of shape too.
We'll transport the Legiacrus back to its original habitat, but this could happen again.
Let's plan how to handle things from now on together. The Red Wyvern, too.
Hey, I'm sorry, for coming in demanding you fix our problems.
We really appreciate it. I definitely
Yeah, you
wouldn't
better
have
be
thought of
happy that
capturing it.
I fixed your problem.
Big thank you.
The wood ones are awesome.
Great work, everyone.
Thanks, Alma. I think this is another case closed. Hey, can I...
So I will be making Legiacrus's gun lance. I think it's, I think it's not too bad. I'd say really the only downfall is that it's a long shelling type, but it's slightly strong and it puts out a lot of thunder attack and has 0 affinity, but that's all right. It does a lot of thunder attack, so definitely gonna be making Legiacrus's gun lance. I'll probably most likely make Steve's as well. Steve's gun lance does a lot of affinity, so I'll probably make his gun lance as well. And I think it looks kind of cool too. Legiacrus's gun lance, I think it looks kind of good. I'll probably make his bow as well. I'm not for sure if I'm gonna make Steve's bow, but I'll definitely make Legiacrus's bow for sure. But who knows? I'll probably make Steve's bow too. Alright guys, that's it for this clip. Like I said, I'll definitely be hunting tempered Legiacrus and tempered Steve. Gotta get a tempered Legiacrus to spawn for me first, but when I do, I'll definitely be putting that up as well. So as always, stay safe, stay gaming, and I'll see you in the next one.